Here's Barnes. Passes to Murray. Over Smith. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for Chicago. Out of bounds.
It'll be a turnover. The ball goes to Sacramento.
Let's over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Sacramento's head coach gave me a few minutes. The issue that concerns them the most about the team they're facing tonight is matching up with that quickness. He said, at times we may go with a smaller and quicker lineup ourselves. Other times we have to use our physicality. It really depends on the flow of the game.
De'Aaron Fox.
Guys, we'll see how this one turns out.
Thank you, David.
Pretty nice looking shot there from De'Aaron Fox, looking more comfortable.
Inside and stolen by Murray. Barnes looking around. He dishes it to Murray. Outside, Davis. Here he goes. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. Smith outside. To the paint. Thomas finds Russell. And he uses the glass on the wing. Russell's got his second bucket tonight.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Pass to Barnes. Murray outside. To the inside. That's good for Davis on the assist by Murray.
There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Good.
Keldon Johnson.
To get that beat, once he's there, he's going to be able to score.
So for Sacramento, their last game, a loss to the Grizzlies of Memphis.
Yeah, you could see they were pressing in that one, and the shooting percentages dipped because of it.
Yeah, I'll say anytime you're having trouble getting over that 40% field goal mark, it's probably not going to be your night.
Chicago leading. And it's Harrison Barnes.
Harrison Barnes. First personal foul. Second team foul.
I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Smith kicks to Davis. And he gets the whistle for the
That'll be 3 seconds. Kings ball.
Fox against Russell. Pass to Davis. Good ball movement here by the Kings. And there's the pass to Sabonis. Shot clock at 5. Goes up on the high post.
Shot clock violation.
There's the shot clock violation.
Chicago
Couldn't get the shot
ball.
off in time. And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And guys, don't think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Fox against Russell. Here's Thomas. And he converts the layup.
Yeah, there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Over the last few seasons, the Kings have been near the bottom of the defensive rating. And, GA, that is a problem.
Yeah, I think they've tried to address that a little in the draft, taking Davion Mitchell back in 21, but it's been a consistent issue in Sacramento.
Now here's Thomas. To the middle. Davis with the bucket.
Anthony Davis for 2.
On the inside, and the brow showing off his motor.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Sabonis, the pass to Barnes. Trying to end the drought. Chicago grabs the miss. Davis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Smith kicks to Russell. Passes it to Thomas. The dish to Johnson. That one falls.
Keldon Johnson.
As good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
The Kings trail by 8. So the Kings call timeout.
Sacramento calls timeout.
And Greg, we're still very early in the season. What are these teams right now doing to maintain success through the year?
Well, this is the time for coaches to experiment with lineup combinations. And for the players, it's important they learn each other's tendencies and try and work on building chemistry.
Time comes in for Johnson, and it's Rose in for Russell. Now, here's Mitchell. Monk kicks to Mitchell. Back to Monk. 6 to shoot. And the call is going to be...
Moving screen.
An illegal screen.
Chicago ball.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Gotta hold firm or you're going to get a call.
Rose passes to Thomas. It's good.
Thomas.
This time the assist from
D-Rose with the assist.
And now it's a 10-point Chicago lead.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Pass to Monk. Trying to find Holmes. Gets it to him.
Yeah, I think
Chicago
Rashawn Holmes
foul.
has played enough
Arthur.
minutes in this league as
First
a big man
personal
to know
foul,
when
first
I go
team
inside,
foul.
There's going to be contact.
Shooting for
Let's
Sacramento.
check out the scoring
Rashawn
breakdown here
Holmes.
for Chicago.
Taking 2
And right
shots.
from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
They've also done a great job of taking turnovers and producing out of that, working really hard that they're not wasting extra chances that they're creating.
That free throw, no good.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. He hits the second from the line.
Well, he struggled early on, but this is a much improved part of Rashawn Holmes' game.
Pass to Davis. And he lays it straight in.
Anthony Davis for 2.
Points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Kings moving the ball around. Here's Herter. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet.
Malik
And he's
Monk
good on the
for 3.
three-ball.
You got to keep the ball moving, and that time Herter's pass leads to an open look.
Here's Rose. Another shot. And he lays it up and in.
Arthur.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
There's the pass to Monk. And here is Holmes. And here's Herter. Jacks up a 3. Arthur grabs the board. Pass to Mann. Trying to get open is Davis. Mann hits the bucket.
Man. Assist
And now
from
it's a 12-point
King
Chicago lead.
Arthur.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
Pass to Herter. The shot, no good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Thomas passes to Rose. Trying to get open is Davis. Rose, that's good.
They should
Sacramento calls
continue to
timeout.
get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain.
Foul timeout called by Sacramento.
And they're allowing
All right,
too many
fans,
points
let's
in the
hear it
paint.
for your Chicago's answer.
Hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustments.
Here's Mitchell. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Pass to Monk. Now, here's Holmes. Three-pointer. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Thomas passes to Mann. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas. Thomas got 6 assists here tonight.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
The pass to Herter. Passes it to Medu. Here's Mitchell. Here's Medu. And he makes no
Chimezie
mistake on the
Medu.
slam dunk.
What a fantastic finish there on the break.
Man, what about that pass? Eyes in the back of my head. Delivers it right on the money.
Rose.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
D-Rose leads by 16.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
We've got 1:48 left in the first quarter of the game. Thomas with the steal. And he lobs it up toward the rim. And
Assisted by.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the painted area and just dominating, controlling that spot.
Here's Mitchell after Chicago picking up a
Malik
miss just
Monk.
moments ago.
It's a solid opening quarter right here. Very active and creating a lot of good opportunities for himself.
And in a league full of shooters, Malik Monk is right there with the best of them.
And has always been a weapon from outside. Has refined his shot selection the last few years and
D-Rose.
come to his own as a reliable outside threat. And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Pass to Monk. Herter with it. Pulls it up. And there they
Kevin
came with
Herter.
another bucket.
Assist goes
To
to
stop with how
Malik
Herter
Monk.
is able to rise.
Rose finds Thomas. Back to Rose. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas.
Rose.
Thomas got 9 assists in the game. Great passing.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Now here's Herter. Pass to Monk. There's the triple. Arthur grabs the board. Arthur's got 4 rebounds in this game. Thomas passes to him. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Here's Monk. And that one released in time.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score.
The scoreboard as we end the
38.
first quarter of play.
19.
In Chicago, they finish off the first quarter with an 18-7 run. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return.
All right, fans, let's hear it for your Chicago.
Quarter of action, plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this
De'Aaron
would be
Fox.
it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
Kelvin Johnson is out there with Alperen Şengün. Then it's Russell. Then it's Thomas. And it's Arthur in at the 5, roaming the paint. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Thomas, no good. And so it's Sabonis who brings up the ball for the Kings. Trailing by 17. And it's blocked. And they get it back. Barnes kicks to Fox. Over Russell. Kept alive. And staying with
Domantas
the play.
Sabonis.
Yeah, Sabonis just cleaning the board, taking care of business. That's just too easy.
And
Sacramento
on the
foul.
shot, he'll shoot
Terrence
at
Davis.
the free throw line.
First personal
You
foul.
played on some
First
fruity
team
teams.
foul.
You hear that expression, getting punched in the mouth. And it's not usually literal, but what's that look like on the floor?
For Chicago, Thomas
Kevin, you're just
at the line for two.
And out muscling the team. At times, you see it kind of checked out mentally. And I'll tell you what, it is one of the best feelings in sport.
Free throw good. Thomas Markkanen, he's checked in for Chicago. So he makes one of two as the second one misses. Well, a key member of that 73-win Golden State Warrior team was Harrison Barnes.
And almost the forgotten part of
Terrence
the
Davis,
death lineup.
3 points.
Barnes, Steph, Clay, Draymond, and Andre Iguodala. Harrison, a big piece of that 2015 championship team as well.
Sacramento foul. Domantas Sabonis. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
To fight for rebounds.
Shooting for Chicago. Keldon Johnson.
Plays with
2 shots.
motor. His strength and willingness to use it makes him valuable.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Fox, no good. Chicago leading by 14. Markkanen passes to Johnson. At the elbow, it's Markkanen. Good, and the assist goes to
Basket is good by Lowry.
Markkanen's got his first bucket in this one.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Outside, Fox. Now the pass to Barnes. Johnson with the rebound.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
The Kings trail by 16. Davis kicks to Sabonis. The kick out to Fox. Passes it to Davis. A three. Knocks down the three.
Terrence Davis.
Davis has got 8 points.
Yeah, they're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results.
And Thomas with the stuff.
Lowry McKinnon dropping down.
Teammates, the more you're aware of where they are, and Lowry Markkanen does a great job there.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Outside, Davis. Over to the wing. Here's Sabonis. It's the difficult fadeaway jumper.
Sabonis.
He's got 6.
That's a nice stroke from the mid-range, just pure coming out of the left-hander's hand.
High post, Johnson. Barnes on him. Thomas gets a wide open look.
Thomas.
And good. Got the front
Assisted.
bounce off the right side of the rim.
Keldon
Thomas
Johnson.
got 5 points now this quarter. Barnes outside. Outside, Davis. The kick out to Barnes. 5 to shoot. Offline with his 3.
They have been good, dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Thomas passes to Johnson. Here's Davis. The kick out to Fox. That 3 off the mark.
Well, this has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Count it.
Thomas.
11 points for P.
And he's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Fox dishes to Davis. Back to Fox. Pass to Sabonis. Over in the corner, Barnes. Outside, Fox. Here's Davis. And he's fouled
Chicago
pretty hard
foul.
on that shot, but he's got
Alfred
the chance to
Schengen.
pick up the points at the line.
First personal foul.
He
First
got
team
whacked
foul.
on that, which shouldn't be much debate there.
The Kings have
Shooting
shot
for
2
Sacramento.
free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so
Terrence
far.
Davis.
And when you look
At
at
the
that
line for
field goal
2.
percentage on the season, they're right around 73%.
for Alperen Şengün. And both free throws good for Davis. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for Chicago. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Offensive rebound. Goes back. And
Kings
contact on
foul.
the shot. So
Domantas Sabonis. Third personal foul.
Plays with such
Third
great
team
change
foul.
of pace and deceiving the defense
Shooting
right there.
for Chicago.
Got the D out of position.
D'Angelo Russell.
Chicago shooting
Taking
their
2
7
shots.
free throw attempts for the game right here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. Emmanuel Ginobili recently inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame, and you won a couple rings with that guy. Give us some memories you can share about the great Ginobili.
Oh, man. Manu is absolutely one of my favorite teammates of all time, Kevin, and one of the most delightful people that you ever could be around. I just think about the practices and the plane rides and him just joking around, and then something happens. He gets on the floor, it gets into the fourth quarter, it's time to win, and it's basically Manu Ginobili time. So I'm thrilled that he's in the Hall of Fame, and he deserves every bit of it.
Again, the miss by the Kings.
Well, shots like that drive coaches batty. I'll be shocked if he attempts that shot again.
Johnson marking and trying to break loose. Here's Thomas. A second chance effort. And that's 2 points on the layup. Thomas got 9 points in the quarter.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
Yeah, and the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Now here's Barnes. No points in the game yet for him. Davis gets a wide open look. Murray the pass to Sabonis. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
violation.
And that is
Chicago
just a
ball.
deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
Chicago leading by 19. Outside Thomas. Driving the lane. Oh, and the jam by Thomas.
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim wrap.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. And now let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
Now here's Fox. Over Russell. Fox, no good.
But his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can they find the rhythm?
Well,
Sacramento calls timeout.
and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends.
All right, fans, let's hear it for your Chicago
Sacramento. You gotta like what B has done in this game.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
For the Kings. Monk's checked in. Guys, if they're going to make a run, no time like the present.
Yeah, and it's certainly, we had to expect a better game than this. Been very ugly thus far.
That's another
Ball is turned over. The ball goes to Sacramento.
Well, they've been better.
The Kings, Chimezie
There is
Metu,
a glaring discrepancy
Davion Mitchell.
between these two teams in that area.
Some changes for Sacramento. That's who's checked in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Mitchell in for Davis. Monk kicks to Fox. Sabonis against Markkanen. Near the three-point line, it's Mitchell. No good. And they can't put an end to this drought. Chicago leading by 23. Here's Rose. Markkanen trying to break loose. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by Russell.
Well, recognizing D'Angelo Russell has become a scorer, he's got to go back to his natural instincts to make plays. He did there.
Fox passes to Mitchell. Again, the miss by the Kings.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
And the free ball is good.
Davion Mitchell.
And how about Monk there scanning the floor for the open teammate? That's how you develop a trust from your teammates.
And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Defensive foul called on Chimezie Metu. First
Personal
foul, fourth team foul.
And he's got his first
Shooting
chance
for
at the
Chicago.
line. Rashad
Derrick
Holmes
Rose.
is checked in for
One
Sacramento.
shot.
Kevin Huerter comes in for Fox.
One shot.
And you gotta love watching Rose play the game. His intense style can be infectious out there. I think it really does elevate his teammates.
Pass to Mitchell. That one drops for his second bucket.
Davion Mitchell.
2 for 4.
And how about the terrific use of the crossover there to just throw the defender off balance?
Nice job capturing the moments on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. From 12 feet out. Nice jump shot.
Basket by D'Angelo Russell.
Russell's got 8 points.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Now, here's Monk. He has 6. Huerter kicks to Mitchell. 5 on the clock. Knocked away.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
And Smith with the stop.
Jabari
A
Smith.
smart play by Smith, using that build to get in there and just fight for the rebound and the finish.
Mitchell outside. Back to Huerter. Holmes with it. On the wing, Mitchell. He's guarded by Russell.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him, and he's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
It's tipped. And they're running. Here's Huerter. And that'll be 2
Chicago
free throws
foul.
coming up. Officials
Lowry
already called the
Markkanen.
foul.
First personal
It's on
foul,
Lowry Markkanen.
second team
Be
foul.
impressing at a young age. Kevin
At the
Huerter's
line for the
dead-eye
Kings,
accuracy
Kevin
from deep,
Huerter.
combined with
2 shots.
being a fearless competitor going inside. That's going to pay some dividends throughout his career.
Chicago making some changes. Champs checked in for Markkanen. Davis comes in for Smith. And Primetime subbed in for Johnson.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
And it's Rose with the ball for Chicago. Russell passes to Mann. Back to Russell. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. He takes it in. Over Monk. And it's Russell missing. Now Monk. 6 points for him. And
Chicago
D'Angelo Russell
foul.
picks up the foul.
D'Angelo Russell.
That is his
First
foul of the
personal
game.
foul, third team foul.
Now, here's Monk. He's guarded by Russell. Launches it. The shot's good from Monk.
Malik Monk.
Monk's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
First 3 of the quarter and 3rd overall, guys. The defense might want to step up just a little bit on him from this point on.
Now, here is Russell. He's got 8. Good work Blocked defensively by Holmes. This King squad is
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Monk kicks to Herter. Mitchell outside. Goes up from the top of the key, and he didn't get quite enough under that one. Throws it up high. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Tipped away. We've got 1:28 left in the second quarter. Holmes finds Herter. Back to Holmes. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Back break. Here comes Chicago. The pass to Mann. Now, here's Mitchell. 5 points in the game. Here's Medu. Good, and it's
Chimezie
Medu. The assist.
3 points.
Medu's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, this looks like a three-game shoot-around with all the threes they're allowed.
Here's Rose. Down low. Russell passes to Rose. Stolen by Mitchell. Herter on the wing. Three-pointer. Chicago grabs the miss. Davis has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Bounce pass, Russell. Arthur passes to Davis. And he makes that one.
Anthony Davis for 2.
Yeah, the added muscle Davis has put on, helping him on these tough finishes. Flexing on him there.
Passes to Herter. 7-second difference. Shot in the game clock. One for 3. That one, no good.
Didn't hesitate for a second to get a hand
Made
up
basket
on
by
that
D'Angelo Russell.
You got to like how he hustled to guard out on the perimeter, definitely respecting the shooting ability.
4 seconds left. And there's
Chicago
the whistle on the
foul.
shot. Took the
Arthur.
foul. Shot misses.
Second personal foul. 4th team foul.
Some shot
At the line for the
Both
Kings.
teams will make substitutions.
Davion Mitchell.
And the second free throw, good. From deep three-point range, and he got that one up in time.
That's the end of the second quarter with the score.
Chicago holding a
69,
22-point lead as the quarter
47.
They've been playing some ferocious defense. We'll get right back to the action when we return.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Well, for Chicago, Kenny, what's your viewpoint?
They were in such a groove that entire first half, especially on the offensive end. Good play calling, good execution, and by and large, they take great shots.
Shaq, what's your take on Sacramento?
The shooting percentage they allow was take some time on the other end. Just lock it in, lock it in, lock it in.
That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
All right, fans, let's hear it for your
It's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. A fantastic game from P in this one.
Well, it didn't take him long to get that double-double. Already has it halfway through the game.
Yeah, guys like him love to stuff the stat sheet. He's doing it here.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are
That'll be a
5-second inbound violation. Kings ball.
Welcome back to the special Veterans Day edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ben Harlan joined by Greg Anthony, Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. We're in Georgia. The Hawks are playing before their hometown crowd here in Atlanta. A great start of the season for them, playing very well so far.
And, you know, right now for Atlanta, they've had a nice run here to start the season. Up there near the top of the standings and looking like they're comfortable.
More than comfortable. They look dangerous. This isn't a team that's going away anytime soon. Trust me on that.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Smith is out there with Anthony Davis. Then it's Thomas. Then there's Keldon Johnson. And it's Russell in at the 1 spot. You know, Smitty, last year, the Hawks' top 4 leading scorers were all 24 or younger. That is amazing.
It is, Kevin. And at the top of that list is Trae Young. He's a player Atlanta can build around. It's a matter of finding the pieces to put around Young to complement his game.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. I was able to speak with Chicago's head coach. He told me it's always a challenge when you face a team this opportunistic. He said those guys are going to look to take advantage of any weakness. You have to really communicate defensively tonight. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, thank you, David. Greg, real concerned about getting outshot early on. What do you think they can do to prevent it?
Well, you have to find a way to stay attached to the shooters. That means fighting through picks and helping one another.
Which is going to take a lot of effort, a lot of energy. We could see them go to their bench early to try and stay fresh.
Offensive rebound. Capella. First shot, first miss. He's out of the box fast.
The muscle Capella brings packs a punch, especially when he's hitting the offensive glass.
Pass to Johnson. Out the bucket. And he's got a free throw coming up as well.
His first.
Going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
Well, this is a game. Proactive offensively with the defense shooting one.
You know, Steve, the persistent growth of Keldon Johnson is pretty impressive.
It is, Kevin. He is obviously receptive to good coaching and is committed to finding success here in the league. Almost across the board, you see his stats creeping up season to season.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good from Johnson. So much of the schedule still in front of us, Steve. However, some teams are really struggling early here.
Yeah, Kevin, and those teams, they can't lose their confidence because it's a long season. And sometimes you just don't have the talent to beat other teams, but you must stay focused and try to get better every night. I mean, that's a nice find by Murray. He has the height to see the floor, and his awareness continues to grow.
Passes it to Johnson. Davis against Capella. Johnson down low. Atlanta with the rebound. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And boy, did that game nearly get away from them, but they were a little bit fortunate to have survived at the end of regulation.
They were extremely lucky. I think they took their opponent for granted a little, and it nearly cost them.
The Hawks trail. Here's Murray. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is up.
One of Murray's weapons showing up there. That crazy long wingspan.
On the wing, Johnson. Murray against Thomas. And the pass to Smith. To the inside. And there's Johnson. That's good on the assist by Smith. Johnson just got 5.
Oh, how about the vision from Smith? You have to know not just where, but when to deliver the ball.
And that outstanding drive and finish brought to you by Mobile One.
It's all about the ability to get 2 feet in the paint, whether it's creating for a teammate or for yourself.
Now, here's Collins. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. 6 on the shot clock. Murray, the pass to Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
So many of the points Capella scores are out of the pick and roll.
And it's Russell with the ball. He'll bring it up for Chicago. They trail by 1. Pass to Johnson. Left side, Davis. He dishes it to Russell. That one good for 2.
Never losing focus. Even after contact, Russell sends it home.
Outside Collins. Pass to Murray. Back to Collins. Over Smith. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2
Jabari Smith.
Jabari Smith
His first.
picks one up.
Team's first.
This is shown to be a game changer.
At the line for your Hawks.
The problem for him has been staying on the floor. As far as the injury.
Taking 2 shots.
Relax on the first.
First free throw is good. For Collins, he has yet to play close to a full slate of games, Greg, in a single season.
Collins has missed time in each season he's played. He's young enough. A few years of good injury fortune can change the narrative, and let's just hope that's the case for his sake.
So Collins nails both of them.
You know, when John Collins is being utilized correctly, he's a problem. A talented offensive player and solid defender.
Russell finds Johnson. Back to Russell. Johnson outside. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. To the paint. Here's Thomas. Murray with the defensive effort. The Hawks leading. Passes it to Collins. Hunter on the wing. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Thomas. His first, team second.
Out of position, DeAndre Hunter, he can score.
At the line for your Hawks.
It's his first trip to the line.
And with numbers like this, how about
At the line
87
for 2.
a year? He's been somebody they love having at the line.
First one falls.
The future of DeAndre Hunter is bright. A versatile player who wants to be great, in my opinion.
And so he hits both.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Johnson outside. The pass to Thomas. Russell against Young. Here's Smith. They get it back. Davis on the follow.
Anthony Davis has been huge on the offensive glass, using his length to get second chance points.
Hunter with it. Bangs in mid-air and converts on the double-stitch rate. Hunter's got 6.
I thought for sure the defense was going to send that one back, but he somehow got that one up, over the D and in.
Thomas dishes to Smith. From 11 feet away, and that one hits back iron. The Hawks lead by 3. And it's Murray penetrating. The basket good.
DeJounte Murray.
Murray's got his second basket.
I like this from Murray. This is what the team needs from him. He's a catalyst.
Thomas passes to Smith. Outside, Russell. Thomas up top. He's covered by Murray. Smith, the top of the key jumper is on the mark.
Supreme confidence. Smith really stretches the floor with his ability to shoot.
Young against Russell. Shoots it up. Again, the Hawks good for two.
Finish look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Reason why it takes extra energy to do it. You have to trust your defensive rotations, but it's worth it.
Now, here is Russell. Inside. And Davis with the basket on the assist by Russell. He has 6.
The added strength helping Davis on these physical finishes. Great work from the big man.
And Atlanta calls their first timeout of the game.
All right, fans, look who it is. Let me hear you make some noise for your ATL dancer.
Comes in for Collins. Johnson, he's checked in for DeAndre Hunter. And Aaron Holiday is subbed in for Murray. Chicago also making some changes. Chance checked in for Smith. Primetime comes in for Keldon Johnson. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Russell. Now, here's Okongwu. And Davis sends it back.
This is what AD gives you at that end. He's made the all-defensive first team multiple times.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
And the Hawks with possession here after Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. Okongwu with it. Davis is on. The 10-footer. And Davis pulls it down.
Once he gets the ball there, you expect him to capitalize. That was a missed opportunity.
Now, David Johnson, his first, team second.
For Chicago,
shooting for the away team.
Making their previous attempt at the
taking
line.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And it's tied up with that one. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Pass to Okongwu. On the wing, Holiday. And Davis sends it back. They retain possession. Clock at 4. Second chance shot. Young's shot is off. And Chicago has possession. Here's Arthur. Basket is good. They'll get a chance for one more at the
David
line.
Johnson, his second.
Repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
At the chance to catch up on some numbers here. The score breakdown for Chicago.
They're unselfish. They're passing the ball well, setting up teammates, playing team basketball, and their focus.
And on top of that, they've been asserting themselves offensively, getting a good chunk of their points from inside.
Free throw drops for Arthur. The Hawks trail by 4. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Johnson surveying the floor. The feed to Kaminsky. Shot to stop the run. He doesn't hit that one. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. Here's Mann, covered by Johnson. Mann passes to Arthur. Atlanta with the rebound. Johnson outside. Stolen by Rose. They're running. Here's Mann. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
Oh, great ball movement there.
They're having trouble stopping this run.
And the more trips they continue to come up empty, the more the pressure builds on them.
Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
Let's see if Coach can get them back on right track. Because right now it feels like the pace is being dictated to them. They need to go back to playing their brand of basketball.
Fans, make some noise for your ATL Dancers! All right, fans, look who it is! Let me hear you make some noise for your ATL Dancers! Let's hear it for your ATL Dancers!
Johnson kicks to Okongwu. Young pass to Okongwu. Rose against Young. Shot clock at 6. And Okongwu.
The timing of Young's passes in pick and roll, absolutely impeccable.
Guys, no question. Trae Young is one of the most exciting players right now in the entire league.
Kevin, everything is within range for him. A great passer and shooter in his own right. Young can take over a game any given night.
And Atlanta 2 minutes remaining in the following the three-point basket by Chicago. Here's Johnson. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
That's what you like to see right there. A solid move to give himself some room and take it inside.
Pass to Mann. A putback. It's good on the putback. Arthur's got 7 points. There's a minute 34 left in the first quarter. Young taking his time here. With the floater, he takes it up and lays it in.
Has to get all the way downhill to the rim to be effective because Trae Young has a trademark floater.
Now here's Davis. He has 6 over Okongwu. Rebounded by Kaminsky. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. It's a 5-point game. There's 49 seconds left here in the first quarter. And the basket by Kaminsky.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
Thomas against Holiday. And the basket is good.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Rose against Young. Stolen by Rose. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Rose has tapped the ball.
Thomas.
And the basket by
Assisted
Thomas.
by
Well, they weren't
Derrick
going
Rose.
to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Young against Rose. Young outside. And he drops in the layup off the base. He's got 6.
Many scouts felt Trae Young would convert shots inside at the NBA level. And that's
The first quarter with the score.
Offense, the order today is the first quarter comes to a close.
The away team, 32.
We'll be back live from State Farm Arena.
Fans, please give a big round of applause to your
Just joining us,
dance
we've
team.
through one quarter of action so far. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Showing a lot of confidence in their rotation. They went right to that bench when they needed points.
This is where you credit the guys in the front office for going out and getting you the pieces you need.
Chicago leading by 5. The guard pair, the talented Young and Murray. Front court spots filled by Hunter and Collins. And it's Capella in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Markkanen kicks to Şengün. Clock at 6. Pass to Rose. The tray. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. And the Hawks with the possession. Here's Murray. And it comes off the front of the rim.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
Russell passes to Şengün. That shot off the mark. Collins with some nice D. The Hawks trail by 5. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Here's Young. And it's Chicago with the rebound.
Both sides attacking. That was good defense versus good offense.
Here's Mann. Not going to go that time. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way. To the middle. Here's Hunter. That's in there. Hunter's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Hawks. The pass to Mann. Here's Rose. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Russell looking around. Here's Mann. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Mann's got 9 points. More and more defenses switch everything now, Steve. And if you were coaching, is that how you played? Is that how you would teach it?
You know, Kevin, yes, sometimes you have to switch, but I think the best coaches, what they do best is they show you different looks, and timely they'll do it. Sometimes they'll trap it, sometimes they'll hedge the pick and roll, and sometimes they'll just go under.
Murray, no good. Chicago leading by 5. Here's Mann. He's got 9 over Murray. Tries again. Şengün shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Team's first.
That's on Clint Capella.
At the line for the away team, Alperen Şengün.
A 3-point
2 shots.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off. Johnson, he's checked in for prime time. And he's good on the second. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Pass to Collins. Pass to Hunter. The 19-foot shot. And he overshot that one, missing.
A good board there. Overall, they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Passes to Johnson. 13 feet away. And the jumper
Keldon Johnson.
Johnson's got the lead up to 8 now for Chicago.
Working that in-between area, Johnson has a nice mid-range game.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with
illegal screen violation. The ball goes to the away team.
Some people call John Collins John the Baptist for how he dunks over defenders. He says, the game is slowing down for me. I'm able to see my spots. I want to continue to build on a guy that can be counted upon. Kevin, it seems he's hungry for more. Back to you.
He's a big-time dunker, that's for sure, looking to reach his full potential. David, thanks. Smith checked in for Chicago. Johnson outside. Here's Rose. And Capella sends it back.
What a block by Clint Capella. Flying in with those long arms for the
DeJounte Murray.
One sign of a great playmaker, hitting his man in stride.
That was the 2K drive, as that move deserved another look.
And a bucket like that one might be just what they need to cut into this game.
And the first timeout of the game called for Chicago.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize
In the offense,
critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
In the offense, your ATL Dancers. One more time, fans. Get up and make some noise for your youth ATL Dancers.
3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Here's Rose. And again, no good by Chicago. So for Chicago, their last game, a win against Sacramento. And with that, the Chicago Bulls got down to just 4 points in the bucket for Murray.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And Smitty, we know with Clint Capella, one of his great skills is his pick-and-roll ability.
He is a great partner, Kevin, in the pick-and-roll set. Sets solid screens, draws help defenders, finishes strong. Guards love having Clint as a roller for them. He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Johnson against Hunter. Shot clock at 6. It's tipped and taken away by Johnson. And, oh, here we go. Smith's got it, the fast break chance. Out to the right wing. And Rose, wide open. He shoots. Rose with another miss.
I don't know how many misses that is in a row, but I know it's ugly. Some coaches might not like taking the three on the fast break, but he had the open look and buried it.
Outside Rose. Now Russell. Here's the pass to Johnson. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Atlanta ball.
And here's Hunter. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Collins kicks to Murray. The Hawks working the ball around. Here's Hunter. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. Chicago leading. Smith the pass to Russell. And here's Rose. Now Markkanen defended by Young. Outside Russell. 6 to shoot. Chicago needs to get off a shot here. And again, Chicago. No good. And here's Atlanta. Here's Murray.
DeJounte Murray.
DeJounte Murray puts a lot of pressure on your defense, whether it's in half court or in transition.
Chicago calls timeout.
And a big trade this last summer was Murray coming to the Hawks. Paid a hefty price, but Atlanta feels he and Trey make a great backcourt pair. Hard to think of a more deadly backcourt in the East.
Chance checked in for Chicago. Thomas comes in for Rose. Chicago trailing here. Thomas passes to Russell. Back to Thomas. Pass to Russell. Trying to get something going. Rebound Atlanta. Capella's got his first rebound right now in the game. Young's shot is good.
And as an offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Chicago trails by 4. Thomas kicks to Johnson. Arthur with the bounce pass. Thomas feeling it out of him. Drains the three-pointer.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answer each other from range.
Pass to Silva. In the corner, it's Hunter. Fires the 3. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
Yeah, with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Passes it to Johnson. Back to Thomas. Over Murray. Here's Smith. Rebound by the Hawks. Capella's got his 6th rebound on the night. Hunter against Johnson. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And a 6-point Hawks lead.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Back to Thomas. Good, and it's Russell picking up the assist. Russell's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Nice job. Those passes have to be right on the money around the painted area.
Young against Russell. shot from 12. Young's shot is off. Chicago trails by 4. Right side, Thomas. And the layup is good. Thomas got 7 now in this quarter.
And I like Russell's ability to create for others. He does what's best for the team.
Murray outside. To the left wing. Here's Silva. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
His second.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the
layup.
Line for Atlanta, they have looked great at the line. They're perfect in 4 attempts.
2 shots.
First one. Okongwu's checked in for Capella. Johnson comes in for Hunter. And Aaron Holiday's subbed in for Trae Young. Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Chicago. So he gets them both. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for Chicago. He kicks it to Thomas. Back to Russell. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. For 3, Murray. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 4 rebounds now tonight. To the paint, here's Thomas. And that one clearly a foul against the Whistler. 2 shots coming up.
Team second.
Chicago shooting their 7th and 8th
at the line
attempts
for the away team
tonight.
Thomas at the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Atlanta. And both free throws good for Thomas. The Hawks leading. Time called here. The Hawks decide to talk it over. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate.
Another round of applause for your ATL Dancers.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
To the inside and stolen by Thomas. Russell against Holiday. Russell left side. Davis in the corner. 6 on the shot clock. And again, no good by Chicago.
Rare for him to get a wide open shot from mid-range and fail to connect.
Here's Murray. Good D by Thomas.
Off the mark once again. Terrible quarter for him thus far.
Russell passes to Arthur. And ties it up.
Assist from
9 points for
D'Angelo
James.
Russell.
This is what the analytics prefer. Shots at the rim or from 3.
To the wing on the left. Thomas against Murray. Johnson outside. And it's Murray. That time he misses by Johnson. Murray's got
DeJounte Murray.
This is the potential DeJounte Murray has. When he's feeling it, he can shoulder the offense.
Davis kicks to Johnson. The pass to Thomas. With the shot. And it's good off the back rim and in. 15 points in the game.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Feeds it to Kaminsky over Davis. And the basket by Kaminsky. Kaminsky's got his second basket of the night. Chicago trails by 3. Thomas kicks to Russell. Back to Thomas. Russell against Howard. Back to Thomas. Pass to Arthur. Over O'Connell. Davis, great positioning on the putback.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Pass to Johnson. Thomas against Murray. Over Thomas in Atlanta again.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
Thomas kicks to Johnson. Passes it to Arthur. Trying to get open is Davis. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That's the length and vertical working together. AD with unreal physical tools.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. It's good. Kaminsky's got his 3rd basket of the night.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Outside Russell. Now the pass to Davis. Over Kaminsky. And it's Davis missing. DeJounte Murray has been leading the charge for the Atlanta Hawks. He comes away with 11 points in the quarter and is showing no signs of fatigue. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. With Trae Young, hey, Trae, a slow start, but you guys bounced back. So what changed?
I think it's just getting back into the rhythm, getting into the action, being aggressive. I think that was the main thing. We just got to go out and compete and do what we do.
We'll see if you do what you do so well in the second half. Back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the 3rd quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good to see you back here on our halftime show. Well, actually, we can't see you, but you can see us, but you get it. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. A competitive matchup for Atlanta in the first quarter.
They were in a rough spot, down 7 at one point, but kept it from getting worse than that. And they turned it on during that second quarter, turning that deficit into a lead and playing with confidence. Kenny, let's start with you. What do you think about the Hawks?
They came in prepared. I love the patience, the flow, very efficient. Value and possession is fueling their success right now. This is not a team you want to bet against. At least not.
Of a visiting team.
Well, I'll tell you what I saw in the first half, Ernie. 3 things. Soft defense, not enough pressure, but they can still win this game. They need to ramp it up. Is that 2 or 3? Doesn't matter. You understand, Ernie.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the 3rd period.
finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. DeJounte Murray has been sensational.
I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
And some of it's just a mindset. He came into this game with a very unselfish approach, and his teammates have benefited from it.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. So for Chicago right now, they've got Smith. Thomas is out there with Russell. And it's Anthony Davis. And it's Johnson in at the three. Good work defensively by Capella.
Shut down. This is the way you play defense. This is how you protect the rim.
And one thing, Greg, we know Capella has always done. He plays to his strengths.
It's a great point, Kevin. Capella knows where he's best and really focuses on that. Can't help the team with minimal touches on offense, but he really anchors the defense by not overextending.
Here's Johnson. Here's Davis. The ball is good for another field goal. His sixth. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
You see the weight that AD's added to his frame over the years. Now invites contact.
Young's shot is off. Chicago trails by 4. And Davis with the jam.
The assist. Oh, and he went for the two-hander on the slam using some muscle.
Some urgency from him there. Sure. Pass to Murray. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Lob pass to Capella. It's stolen by Davis. Here's Thomas. That one falls coming off Johnson's feet. Johnson's got 3 assists now in this one. Oh, what an impressive dribble drive. That replay brought to you by Mobile One.
And a close game like this, you've got to dig deep and just find a way to make things happen.
Murray against Thomas. Hunter, no one around him. Bangs on the trifecta. Hunter's got 16 points.
These defenders have better start closing down on shooting.
Johnson outside. Back to Thomas. That shot is off. Murray with the defensive effort. Here's Hunter. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Looks for Thomas. Gets it to him. Good for his field goal.
This is goes too. Great pass. We talk about AD's guard-like skills. That includes his floor vision.
Atlanta calls timeout.
Coach most likely wants to address their turnover issue. Rush. There's no synergy to it. They have to find a way to work together and remain aggressive without making mistakes.
Fans, make some